Hello everybody, time for the post-week crypto news of the crypto I follow. So, if you haven't been here before with this little series, I'm going to continue this for a little while at least, but I just want to go over any news briefly that happened to certain crypto during the week. And sometimes I'll probably reiterate some big news from before or anything I put out during the week. So, I'm just going to slam through these real quick. So, first one is Render. There's really nothing going on with Render, to be honest. It's still kind of struggling since the whole DeepSeek thing. And if you're looking for a position and get into an AI play, in my opinion, it's down around the 350 mark. Awesome spot to get in, cheaper than I have. I haven't DCA'd into it yet. I've prioritized different ones. But if you're looking at Render, great spot, no big news. Still great crypto in my opinion. Next one is Foxy, my little meme culture coin. So this one, there's a little bit of news that could become a big deal down the road. So the SEC has been dropping a bunch of lawsuits, which is good. We've been waiting for this. And they dropped one against Consensus. So what the heck is Consensus? For the sake of this quick conversation, it's the parent company of Foxy, of MetaMask, the hot wallet, and of Linea, which is an Ethereum layer 2. So anything that's good news for MetaMask or Linea is good news for Foxy. They're all kind of tied in since they're owned by the same parent company. They have a couple of projects together, like they have their own MasterCard that's been, as far as I know, doing trial runs in Europe with the concept or possibility of having Foxy as reward tokens for using the card. That's been unofficial, but they've talked about having a reward system, and that is the speculation. So their job's going to be a little bit easier now because the SEC has dropped it, which means MetaMask has now, they're increasing their wallet to be able to hold Bitcoin chain and Solana chain. And so expect MetaMask to start doing a little bit more things. And if they want to advertise themselves, a common thing they've been doing is Foxy airdrops and even NFTs for Foxy. So let's keep an eye on that one too if you're in the mix or if you just want another safer-ish meme coin. ASM, Assemble AI, my AI agent play. It works with in partial partnership with Binance. No big news on this one. I've DCA'd a little bit into this one kind of routinely. This is my main micro cap that I have right now until I get back into hash flow. And I'm actually looking at swing trading this one. I'm not huge into trades, but right now, I've said this in a couple of videos, I believe, for those who follow me routinely. I'm doing a little bit more swing trading because I want to be making moves because right now the market's kind of lateral, going down a little bit every day right now. So I still plan on making money no matter what happens, and ASM has been going up and down every couple of days, about 3 to 5 days. I see it go between 20 and 30%. So I'm looking at using that as a little self-swing trade. Again, got a couple crypto I like doing that for. I'm probably going to be doing a video in the next week or two about swing trading, at least the way I've been doing it, simply because I've been doing pretty well with it. And as long as the markets aren't really moving, if you're tired of just buying the dips or waiting or selling everything for a loss, it gives another option and something I've been progressively doing a little bit more. Okay, more nothing burger type of news. Quant QNT, yeah, no news. Still freaking awesome crypto. Still my favorite one. All right, onward. HBAR, this one did have some news. This one was pretty big, but unfortunately it was overshadowed by all the negativity in the market and the macroeconomics at the moment. But Canary has an EFT that they filed for a couple months back. I think it was either end of Q3, beginning Q4 last year. But it was for an ETF for it. And then NASDAQ this week has put down on the SEC's debt table, boom, to get Canary's HBAR EFT on NASDAQ. So that is really big news. Again, it didn't really turn to price action, but long term, HBAR going on ETF, let alone going on NASDAQ, that's a big deal. The first round takes 45 days, but they go through and they have 45 days to decide. And they can push back and say, nah, we need more time. So it could be up to 3 months until we get a final answer on it. And then how long it takes from there, we don't know. But EFT is a big deal to me, at least in terms for long-term crypto. So Ondo Finance just kind of deepened their partnership with MasterCard. The MasterCard is a MasterCard multi-token network where they're tokenizing assets, and guess who they brought aboard to use? Or more so, Ondo is tokenizing a few things on MasterCard. So Ondo is big in tokenization, right? That's why BlackRock goes ahead and supports them, financially backs them. And this is just another avenue. I don't expect this to be anything short term. But, I mean, I focus on the short term and the long term, guys, right? If we were fully blown into altcoin season and the sentiment was more of greed, less of fear right now, both this news and the H-bar news would have been price action movers. But they're not. So I look at this as, one, something that's going to come back up again down the road in a couple of months when everyone's a little bit more bullish about crypto. And then maybe when everyone recalls it, or then it could be some price action. But more so also if you're looking for down the road for like the next cycle or into the bear market, more so after Ondo has his large coin release, which I think is in March next year, March or May. But this could be a big indicator down the road. At the very least, Ondo is shaking hands, doing a lot of tokenization. This is the type of thing that got me into H-bar in the first place. They're just saying how many things they were doing, even though it wasn't really translating into any price action. Ondo's making a lot of moves right now. I don't care that the price is going down. This is a big deal when you get handshakes with MasterCard to tokenize funds on them. Awesome. Aerodrome Finance, kind of the same story as Render. It's going down, but it's at a great entry price in my opinion if you want to hop into it, or if you want to DCA. This is one I might DCA into this week. Bring my average down a little bit. It's essentially Coinbase's coin. I get that it's not, but it's the closest thing we have to it. And it is going to increase as Coinbase gets used more. So if you have any faith that Coinbase is going to be used more in the near future, Aerodrome's looking at a pretty good spot to come back into. Illuvium, ILV, my kind of Hail Mary gaming play. The only real news I saw is the fact that a whale wallet emptied, which it didn't make as large of a difference in the price action as I thought. So this wallet sold roughly 142,000 Illuvium. I'm heavily presuming they took a loss on this. So the reason why that's a huge chunk of Illuvium, only because there's, I think it was less than 6 million Illuvium currently out there. So when you're talking almost 150,000, that does make a difference. But, I mean, it made a small little needle drop and nothing huge. But the surprising part is the fact that it's only around like $18 right now. It might be a little bit less. And just a year ago, it was $140. So unless this wallet bought it very recently, I don't even know when they would have bought it to make it for a profit, they took a giant loss on this one, which that's a little surprising. That's almost concerning. But I still have faith that gaming is going to hit later in the cycle. But again, if you guys have heard me talk about Illuvium in the past, this one I think is risky. It is a small market cap. It is a tiny coin supply. It is in a narrative that hasn't really hit yet. So with risk comes the possibility of huge reward, which is why I'm still in this one. And if it hits under $15, I'm going to drop decently into it, but I'm treating it like a meme. And what I mean by that is, though it actually has utility, there is staking, there is player versus player rewards in these games, my mindset with it is that of a meme token, right? I'm going to keep it very minimal in terms of my portfolio, but I do think it's got a great potential for high gains, which is why I'm staying into it. So Solana, now some big things were happening. We just had a huge coin release on the 1st, which is, by recording, that's today. It was, I think, around 2.5% of their total supply. I want to say it was 11.2 million Solana that was released. And though to me that's not a big deal, I don't really care. I'm fine with there being dilution, but other people tend to think that adding a bunch of coins to the market is going to cause it to be inflationary the way US dollar printing works. And I'm not going to go into details right now, but that's just not how it works. But people do sell because they think it's going to go down. So typically when I see a large unlock, I put a buy limit in, if it's a coin that I like, obviously, because usually there's a drop and then a large increase within a couple of days later. We'll see if this is the case as well. I didn't really pick up too many. Actually, I don't even know if my buy order went through, I'll end up taking a look. But depending on the price, I might force it through anyway. So again, Solana I think is a very safe, good short-term play. Long-term it's fine too, which is not what I'm using it for. But there's a little bit more news that came out with Solana. Solana was just put on the futures for CME, which is Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Really, if I can keep this very short, narrowed, and focused, it gives more exposure to industrial use and investors for Solana, which never hurts, right? Solana's already used pretty big by industry, but nothing close to Ethereum. So this makes it a little bit more easy, more access, and more marketability to it. It also increases the chances of an EFT getting pushed through a little bit sooner. So if you're into Solana, short-term or long-term, this could be a really big deal. If you're in Solana, I recommend looking into this piece of news a little bit more. You can get a better idea of how it's going to impact everything in the long run. So guys, that's the main part of the news for the week for me. If you've been here before and haven't subscribed, please do. It really does help me out. I greatly appreciate it. As well as all the likes and ringing of the ding thing so you guys get notified. And again, I'll beat this dead horse. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I try to stay active and respond to you guys and listen. I've been doing more and more videos from the comment section simply because to be honest, there hasn't been too much exciting going on in the market. And I don't want to just be one of the guys that constantly repeats the same things about here's my crypto, it's still doing this, and then make it seem like it's big news. Urgency, guys, this crypto I like has done nothing different, but let's talk about it. So, if there's something that matters more to you guys, and I feel that it's in my wheelhouse or my knowledge base, I'll gladly go on and ramble about it for a little bit. So, hope all's going well. Happy March. Talk to you guys all again soon.